A lot of stuff you see on TV and in movies and on the internet isn't exactly real life. It's something we all know, but it's also something we all forget from time to time. Most people take stuff at face value, and that works most of the time, but some things aren't as they seem. People are spinning the truth all the time. A lot of media isn't just a reflection of society, but it's more of a guide to try and push people to act in a certain way. If they're able to control how you think, they're able to control how you act. So I wanted to make a video about the TMNT and public perception. What do people actually think? I've conducted a bunch of TMNT surveys and polls over the years, and I wanted to go over some of the interesting results that might surprise you. Like the video and subscribe, and get ready to leave a comment because I am covering some controversial topics like gay turtles, girl turtles, Black April O'Neil, pronouns, and more. Buckle up and hold on to your shell. I do not like April's new design in Mutant Mayhem and Tales of the TMNT. I find her to be fat, black, and ugly. And guess what? 74% of the world agrees with me. About 3 out of 4 people do not like April's new design. This was the opinion of the general public, not just diehard Turtles fans or my subscribers. Over 1,100 people voted in my poll where I asked if April's new design was good or bad. I posted it in reply to an ad from Mutant Mayhem, so it was seen by the same people they were advertising to. And 3 out of the 4 people did not like April's design. Most regular people didn't like April's design. And I think out of the 26% of people that enjoy this black look, a lot of them only claim to enjoy this design because it upsets other people they don't like. People like me. Mutant Mayhem did okay at best. It opened in 4th place. It was not a blockbuster. April's design turned off a lot of people and caused a lot of lost ticket sales. And for what? Mutant Mayhem made less money than TMNT Out of the Shadows, it made less than The Flash, and it made less than The Marvels. I know it had a smaller budget, but making less money means it was seen by less people. Some people say Black April O'Neil was about representation, but this April represented less people. There are more white women than black women. There are 5 times more white women than black women in the United States. Some people say April's race isn't important and it doesn't matter. But if her race isn't important, why did they change it? So it's not about representation. Why did they sacrifice so much to make her black? It didn't sell more tickets, it didn't make more money, it wasn't seen by more people, and it didn't represent more people. The only thing April's new design did was create racial tension. And I assume that was the point of Black April O'Neil. Create racial tension. Give people an excuse to call white people racist. People in Hollywood love creating racial tension. Every focus group in the world would have told you that this April design sucks, but they included it anyway. You have to assume they had an ulterior motive. I even took a poll recently that asked if April O'Neil should lose some weight in the TMNT Mutant Mayhem sequel to set a healthier example. And guess what? You all said yes. Most of you said yes, she should lose some weight. 4 out of 5 black women are overweight, obese, or morbidly obese in the United States. Being fat ruins their quality of life, and they're a total drag on healthcare and society. No one wants a fat April O'Neil. I can suspend my disbelief for walking, talking, Ninja Turtles, but I just can't believe my eyes when I see a fat person running. Role models shouldn't be fat, and this April O'Neil should lose some weight. Next, I asked if anyone wanted to see a gay turtle or a girl turtle in the next turtle movie, and almost 2/3 of people do not want a gay turtle or a girl turtle. 63% say no gays and no girls. Some creators and fans feel like TV and movies should look like the real world. They say they see all sorts of different people in the real world, and entertainment should reflect that. But no one ever stops to think, if every TV show and movie has to have the same demographics as the real world, won't every TV show and movie be the same? If every TV show, movie, and workplace has to be diverse, isn't that the opposite of diversity? It sounds pretty boring if everything has to have a diverse cast of characters. I think some stuff should have more guys, and some should have less, or more young people, or old people, or Asian, or white people, or women. That's diversity. TMNT is for guys. It was made by guys for guys, and most guys are straight. Yes, gay people exist. Yes, women exist, but they don't need to make everything about them. They don't need representation everywhere. You don't need to be represented everywhere you go. The TMNT franchise should appeal to the core demographic of fans. Lean into it. Quit trying to pull in new fans by changing what the Ninja Turtles are. Next up, I said men are better than women at making movies. I didn't say women were bad at making movies or can't make movies. I just said men were better at making movies. I'm like a 5-year-old on the playground. I said boys are better than girls. And of course I got some pushback. So I surveyed all of you, and almost 90% of people that voted agreed with me. Pretty controversial, right? Only this guy Warrior Pins defended female filmmakers. He tried to post the Barbie movie as some sort of own to me. Imagine being a grown man posting the Barbie movie to try and insult another guy. And you only proved my point. Barbie did make $1 billion, but out of the 50 movies or whatever that have made $1 billion, only a couple have had female directors or female co-directors. Even by his own metric, men are better than women at making movies. There's a double standard where you can point out women are better than men at something, and it's empowering. But if you point out men are better than women at something, something, like I did, it's sexist and wrong. If women can be better at men than something, it means they can be worse at something too. And the public agrees with me. Men are better than women at making movies. The next poll was about pronouns and transgender stuff. I asked everyone if they really believe in pronouns and transgender stuff, or if they were just being polite, and I was surprised by this answer. The vast majority said they don't believe in pronouns or transgender stuff, and 24% said they go along with it just to be polite, which is a really nice way of saying they don't believe either. That's 4 out of 5 people not on board with pronouns or transgender stuff when you combine I don't believe and just being polite, which are both just different levels of not on board. Even though this transgender stuff is constantly pushed as normal in the media, people don't buy it and they don't believe in it. They don't accept it. Sometimes media just doesn't reflect real life. It projects a version of real life that they're trying to push society towards. They're trying to control how you act and they're trying to control how you think, showing a bunch of celebrities, saying every celebrity loves transgender people. They're trying to push you towards something, obviously. Look at Megan Fox, who played April O'Neil in the Michael Bay movies. She just happens to have 3 transgender boys. The next question I proposed was, which part of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is least important? Teenage Mutant Ninja or Turtle? And you all answered teenage resoundingly. Teenage is the least important, least special, and least interesting aspect of the TMNT. So why were we given Mutant Mayhem and Tales of the TMNT, a version of the Turtles that focuses on the teenage aspect of the Turtles, with teenage humor and teenage voice actors from permanent teenager Seth Rogen? Why focus on the least popular aspect of the franchise? I'm sure any focus group or any amount of market research could tell you that. We're coming up on the home stretch, only 3 questions left. The next poll was, who is the most toxic group of TMNT fans? Rise of the TMNT fans, furries, LGBTQ fans, or female fans? LGBTQ is the most toxic group of TMNT fans, according to other TMNT fans. It seems like people don't care that they're LGBTQ, more so that they're just annoying. Just like vegans, no one cares if you're vegan, but vegans talk about being vegan 24/7. The LGBTQ community could use some honest reflection. They've burned up a lot of their earned moral currency. Lots of people find them toxic. The LGBTQ post weird gay and underage homoerotic fan art. Once they stopped being oppressed, they became obnoxious. They don't know when they're being inappropriate. They live in a different world. Not all, of course, but it's almost like there was a reason these groups have been suppressed in thousands of different cultures throughout all of history. People are too polite and too scared of being called homophobic or transphobic to speak up. And to the LGBTQ community, you're not oppressed. You have the biggest companies in the world, Apple, Amazon. You have the entire government kissing your butt for an entire month and giving you parades and celebrating you, and you still screwed it up and lost public support. Some of these LGBTQ fans that push LGBTQ headcanons and post gay fan art and demand gay characters are ruining TMNT for everyone. It's like inviting someone to a pool party that pees in the pool. Not every LGBTQ person is an activist, but for every LGBTQ activist that becomes a fan, 100 normal fans are turned off. No one cares about pronouns. Most people don't even believe in them. No one really thinks a man can be a woman or a woman can be a man. People don't want to be associated with LGBTQ. No one cares about representation. And I do have to add, on a personal note, some of the most rotten messages I've received were from LGBTQ people. Death threats, saying I should off myself. They seem incredibly hateful and unhappy as a group. Of course, many are nice and normal people that I like very much, but for a group of people that talk about inclusion and kindness and tolerance all day, they're not very inclusive or kind or tolerant at all. We have a disagreement about Ninja Turtles and they're wishing death on me. It just makes them look crazy and unhinged. It's not even the fact that they're LGBTQ, it's just the behavior that they all have. And no one wants to be around antisocial people, LGBTQ or not. Ironically, they're always telling everyone to be yourself, to be different, and they hate me because I am different, because I speak out. I can go against the grain. I can tell the truth because I'm normal. I'm not worried about fitting in. I can fit in anywhere. I fit in everywhere I go. People want to be around me. People like me just the way I am. I can say the wrong thing and people still like me. And I think some LGBTQ people resent me for that. I feel comfortable everywhere and they don't even feel comfortable in their own skin. The second to last poll question I asked was if you want Casey Jones to be a girl in the Mutant Mayhem sequel. And you said no, with around 4 out of 5 people wanting Casey Jones to be a guy. Casey Jones is a guy. Gender swapping doesn't really excite anyone or produce anything positive. It just makes people mad. No one wants this stuff. And the people that defend this stuff only defend it to disagree with people like me, normal people. Finally, I asked you if you'd like Shredder to be race or gender swapped in the Mutant Mayhem sequel, and again, the answer is no, a solid no. Most people want a traditional Shredder. They don't want some subversive change. These superficial race and gender swaps are just corny and they don't add anything. So those are some surprising results from a few TMNT polls I've taken over the years. It's always interesting to see what people really think. And of course, all opinions are welcome here on my Ninja Turtles channel. Even if we disagree on some stuff, we're all TMNT fans in the end. My point is, if someone shows you a starving baby or a sexy woman, they're trying to elicit a reaction. They're trying to make you feel something or think something. Even if you don't want to have a reaction, they're going to give it to you. If no one wants this stuff, why is Hollywood dead set on giving it to us? If you turn on the TV or look on the internet, Hollywood and the media would have you thinking everyone loves Pride Month and Black April. The media is desperately trying to normalize this stuff by pushing it everywhere. They're trying to control public perception, but people just aren't buying it. What is wrong with Hollywood? They obviously have an agenda. They're losing money to do this stuff. Why is the social programming more important to them than making a good product? Why is the message more important than the actual product? There are people out there trying to control your opinion and control your behavior, everyone's behavior. There's an acceptable spectrum of opinions called the Overton window or the window of discourse, and people are always trying to shift this window one way or another or make the spectrum smaller. I'm sure you've seen the meme about TV programming. That's why they call it programming. They're trying to program you. But the good thing about these polls is they show that no one really buys it. There's clearly some sort of silent majority out there. So speak up. Don't compromise just to fit in. Value the truth over fitting in. Don't just go along with the crowd. You'll be surprised by all the like-minded people that are out there, just like you.